Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Sam Darnold in his 5th year now out of USC.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, I think he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
Darnold going to throw right away. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Fuller. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Flush to his right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Darnold down to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Here's Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. On 1st down, Darnold toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Darnold. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Hey, check that. Street. Check.
They go play action with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 56 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And not much on this one, takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw, Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Will Fuller, 26 yards. And the Panthers are an extra point away from drawing level. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. A drive that time of 6 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That goes for a gain of 31. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution? On the handoff, most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well, otherwise it's a fumble.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts, rolling to his right. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. A gain there of 21 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Sanders toss left side. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Darnold. It completes it once more to Anderson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A first down throw, Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's got room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers matching up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Scott on the return out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season, got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more dot.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. So now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Ward to return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 95 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Hurts to throw, eluding the pressure right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Chris Watkins, 47 yards. And the Eagles continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Darnold. Short throw to Disley. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Hurts, a handoff to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Eagles are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. To throw is Darnold. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Darnold's throw taken in here by Fuller. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Darnold to throw again. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll look to throw again. Short throw to Disley. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Taken at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And it would appear that that first round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And they take a knee. Championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.